guys, welcome back to the channel, man. Today we're gonna be doing a bunch of tedious little things on the Blazer. Honestly, it's a bunch of stuff that I'm not necessarily looking forward to, but it's a bunch of things that need to be done, man. So but before I do, I wanted to show you guys these seats. These are those seats that we pressure washed and cleaned for Gotham. I left them out there to dry. It's been a few days now. I haven't gone around to putting them in because as you guys know, I have that Kirky out back. If I am keeping the car, I want to put the Kirky in there. I'm probably not gonna end up putting those Integra seats in there, but I just wanted to let you guys know that for anybody who may potentially be curious as to what happened to the seats. No, they didn't mold. They were dry same day. Anyhow, we have a huge vacuum leak. I pulled the vacuum line off of the brake booster and I have blown some vape through here, and the only place that there is any smoke coming out, any vape coming out, is the throttle body, is this little hole up here that I assume is where the intake air control valve sucks like air through. I don't know, man, that's the only place. Like whenever the idle is super high, I've came out here and I've like looked at it, and like you put your finger right here and it's just like I'm not sure if it's sucking in a normal amount of air through that little port right there, or if it's kind of excessive. I just know that the Blazer wasn't doing this the entire time. Just all of a sudden, I was pulling it from out back to out front, the idle shot up, and I thought, since this throttle cable is just kind of ghetto, which is another thing I need to address someday, I thought maybe this got stuck somehow. But no, that wasn't the case, and it has most certainly gotten worse since then, man. You start this thing up, and I swear it jumps up to like 6,000 RPM. So I've also pulled the throttle body off, and I've checked the gasket, and the gasket is good. So we have this whole other manifold sitting here that actually does have a drive-by cable throttle body on it. So I think I'm gonna switch the throttle body out and just see if it fixes the problem. Maybe my intake air control valve actually went bad on this one. To start off, before we do anything, another problem is the fact that my alternator is not charging, and that's the reason why there's not a battery on here. The battery, once again, was dead. This is the battery I've been using on the Blazer. It's a side post. This is the battery that came in my truck when I got it. Every time I put that battery on the charger, it makes like a sizzling sound. It's like I have no idea why. I would assume that's probably no good, especially giving my luck with batteries. So we are going to rob the battery from the Suburban. All right, so currently our battery is sitting at 12.4 volts. So whenever the truck is off, you should see around 12 volts, but whenever it's running, you should see like mid 13, like 13.5 to 14.5-ish, like around there. Especially if you come over here and you test on the alternator, you just ground out the black side, put the red on the stud to the alternator. Again, we have 12.4 volts. That's with the truck off. Now with the truck running, like I said, we should be seeing like mid 13 to 14-ish around there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start it, and we're gonna see where it's at with it running, because the alternator should be charging. If it is around 14 volts, that means the alternator is charging. I'm gonna try to do this quick because of my vacuum leak. This thing's gonna be screaming. Yeah, so we still had like 12.1, 12.2. So it actually went down, and that's because the engine is drawing from the battery, but there's nothing charged in the battery while we're drawing it. So yeah, we're definitely not getting any kind of charge from the alternator. And another thing, if you guys notice how bad my freaking vacuum leak is, but I forgot that I also have this off. So that definitely contributed to it. Adios! Have a good day! I know. Your neighbors must love you. The guy across the street does the exact same thing whenever he leaves for work every day. But he does it at 4 o'clock. At least it's only 7. Anyhow, Braven's leaving for work. So I think I might have figured out the problem. So let me show you guys something really quick. To start off, let me say the Blazer and Braven's truck, they both have the exact same basic thing. Like it's for the most part like a factory harness. It's just an LS harness going to a factory ECU that has been like unlocked, you know, like the VATs and stuff deleted with HP tuner. I was confused because I'm like, why is it that my alternator is not charging but Braven's alternator is charging? Like, does that make sense? I'm like, he literally has all the same exact stuff. Now Braven and I were talking about it, and we were thinking maybe since Braven actually has a swap harness that he ordered off of eBay, maybe they included the little resistor inside of the wiring for the alternator. Maybe that was already built into their harness, and that's the reason why he's not having the problem that I'm having. So I pulled up this wiring diagram on Google, right? Looking at the clip that goes into the alternator, with the actual clip portion, the locking portion on top. The first 2 pins right here is not used. So looking at the clip, it should be the third one over going this way, or second one over going this way, obviously, is where the 12 volt switched ignition power is supposed to be at. So basically that pin right there is supposed to be getting power. See if I can set this up where you guys are gonna be able to see it. All right, so looking at my pin, just like this, you have 4 spots and the locking portion is on the top. Now if I put this side to the ground and I touch this one, I have 10.5, 10.6 volts going to this one. That is the one on the diagram I just showed you guys. It says that's not used. Now the one right next to it is the one that's supposed to have 12 volt ignition power, in which my ignition's on right now. There's no reason why that's getting power. If I touch it to that one, I get 0. There's nothing. So I'm thinking maybe these 2 wires are backwards. From the diagram that I'm looking at, it should be backwards. So another thing, if I hook this thing up to the battery right now, as you guys seen, I have like 12.4 volts from the battery. And if I touch this pin, it's only getting 10.5, 10.6 volts. It's not getting the full 12 volts that the battery is actually charged up to right now, in which that is what it is supposed to do. That is what that resistor that I just bought, the resistor is supposed to be doing that. So I was under the impression that this wire was going to be getting 12 volts. So if the wire gets 12 volts, I guess, I don't know, man. This is all new to me, but I guess the alternator doesn't charge unless it sees less than 12 volts at that wire. So when it sees less than 12 volts, that's when the alternator knows, okay, I need to kick on and I need to charge. So that wire that is in the wrong spot is apparently getting less than 12 volts. So meaning I don't need to run a resistor. It looks to me like I just have the wires switched around, which I don't know why there's 2 wires going to it whenever there's only 1 wire that's actually used from what the diagram says. I don't know, man. I'm gonna try to switch the wires around. You see, the thing is whenever I did this harness, like this harness took me like 7 days for a reason, bro. Every single tiny damn wire that I pulled out, I 100% made sure that I marked and 100% made sure that I put absolutely everything back to where it was. So my first initial thought is I must have made a mistake somewhere, but no, I'm sorry. The guy that I got the harness from that actually tore this thing all apart the first time, he must have had the wires backwards, bro. Most certainly wasn't me, all right? All right, before I continue messing with the alternator, I went ahead and I swapped out the throttle body. So I have this disgusting, filthy throttle body on there now. I pulled mine off. I did notice that little plunger on the inside for the IAC, on mine it does seem to be like it's sticking out further than what the one on that one is. So I don't know. I have it on there. I'm gonna start it right now, test it. Hopefully this fixes our freaking vacuum leak and this thing doesn't shoot up to the moon. So moment of truth. Come on, baby, work. Lord, I need needs something to go right around here, you know? Alright, so now we can start this damn thing and be able to still hear ourselves think. I ran a jumper wire from the actual positive to the pin it is supposed to be going to on the alternator. I'm going to test it like this to see if we're at least on the right track here. God, I hope this works too, man. Come on, we're on a good track today. 13.5. That's good, bro. That's very good. Go test it at the alternator. Boy, how much better can this day go? You know what I'm saying? 2 for 2 so far, man. Well, I mean, I did have a dead battery, so there is that. But I'm not gonna count it. Not gonna count it. So we have the battery charging now. Though, of course, this is temporary. We need to finalize that. Honestly, I don't want to depin it from the ECU because I know one wire goes here, one wire goes here. So now this wire is going to be too short to reach over here, and this wire is going to be too long to go here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I want to switch the pins around at the clip. I want to do this. I really suck at depinning clips, bro. Braven is the one that's really good at depinning clips. Me, I'll end up, let's just not talk about it. I'm not the guy for the job. Though I'm probably going to try because I can't really wait till Braven gets home from work. All right, so charging system is figured out. We do need to finalize it. We got the idle down. But now, all right, so when this thing idles for a moment, it'll start missing. Like, you can hear it. I don't know if you guys just heard it in the footage right now when I just had it running. Like, it'll idle and sound great, and then all of a sudden it just sounds like it's cammed, bro, because honestly, it's just because it's missing. It's going blah, 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 you know? And what I think is going on, this side is actually pretty good as far as the spark plug wires. This side, I cannot get these spark plug wires positioned to where it is away from this damn header, bro. Well, the headers are actually different. So the header on this side kind of hugs the block a little bit more. It's because these are actual LS S10 swap headers, and this side has to be different from that side to clear that damn steering shaft. You guys know the steering shaft problems we had. But anyhow, this side, right now I just shut it off. And bro, these spark plug wires, this one and this one especially, are burning ass hot, bro. Like, when I first shut it off, I couldn't even hold my fingers on it. Now I can. They've cooled down a little bit. But I think that's what's happening. I think that these wires are getting just so hot because they're literally sitting against the header. I think those are getting so hot that it's causing it to misfire. It's obviously not performing its duties the way it should be whenever it's literally sitting against the header. Boom! Ah, get up there. Alright, so we got some more gifts here from Roger Granville. So once again, I'm giving a huge shout out to Roger. Thank you. I appreciate it, brother. If you guys don't remember, he is the one that sent the 102mm throttle body, which we still have not installed because we need an adapter plate. But he also sent an adapter plate. I haven't showed you guys that yet because I haven't been ready to install it yet. He is also the one that sent this steam port conversion right here. So he's been hooking us up, bro. Roger's definitely been hooking it up. So he also sent out these spark plug wires. Come on, get out. So he sent these spark plug wires out along with these heat sleeves to help protect them from the headers. There's only, Roger, I love you, brother. I really do. I really do appreciate this. And there's no way for you to have known. When these first came in, I popped a couple of them on just to try. And if I recall, we're going to try it again right now. We're going to try them again right now. But if I recall, they were more against the header than what these stock spark plug wires are. So these ones have like these built-in heat sleeves right here, in which this section right here that goes on the spark plug itself, it's not flexible at all. MSD makes a set of spark plug wires that section, it doesn't have this metal cap on it. It actually looks a lot like the factory one. It looks a lot like this. I may as well pop this off. It looks a lot like the factory one, just it's flexible. Well, not flexible, like it's bendable. Like if you can bend it and it will stay bent, you know what I'm saying? So whenever you're putting them in, you can bend your spark plug wire in a direction that is going away from your header and it will stay there. So I think that's the route that I'm going to end up having to go. I don't know if these are going to work. We're going to try them right now. I will say that if I do not end up using them, Braven most certainly volunteered. He said, I'll put them on my truck. So, so they will get put to use either way. Anyhow, here we go. I shouldn't be doing this because I kind of tried already and it didn't seem like it was working out, but maybe I just need to try harder. And I don't want to lose our winning streak right now over something I have a feeling is more than likely not going to work, but we got to give it a shot. Yeah, see, first one, and it's already like right against the header. And this is the one that actually kind of has clearance, you know what I mean? The second one I know probably isn't gonna work. Come on, come off of that. Yeah, see, the spark plug boot is melting. You see, that's where it's sitting against the header, and it's already starting to melt that silicone. So we gotta do something, but I don't know if these are gonna work. Yeah, they're not gonna work, man. Son of a bitch! You see, second one in, I already can't get the spark plug wire on there. And then the clearance gets even worse as you go further back. See just how bulky this is and how close the header is right there. Like, you can't even get this straight on with the spark plug to even pop it in. You know what I mean? You're already sitting against the header and the spark plug wire needs to go down in order to actually be in line with the spark plug. So yeah, unfortunately these are not gonna work. But yeah, like I said, Braven said that he'll use them on his truck because he still has stock manifolds. So they will work for him. Unfortunately, I don't have the room. I'm gonna have to get those ones that I mentioned. But what I think I'm gonna try to do for now is go ahead and put these sleeves on the stock ones and see if that kind of helps us. Though then again, I know these sleeves also shouldn't be sitting right against the header, you know what I'm saying? So another thing that I feel like we're probably gonna end up having to do eventually is pull the headers out and actually wrap them. So I think that's gonna help tremendously also. All right, that is just about the best that I'm gonna get, man. I got the stock spark plug wires on there with those heat sleeves. And I flipped all the spark plug wires like upside down. So this boot right here has like this bend to it like this. So I flipped it upside down to where that bend, you have to kind of bend it the opposite direction to put it on, which puts a little bit more tension on the spark plug wire, thus like pulling it away from the header a little bit more. So this one's not touching, this one's not touching, this one's not touching. The only one that's touching is this one, which I hope this is gonna help, but I don't know. Long term, guys, I obviously need to order myself a $150 freaking set of spark plug wires to go on here. I haven't put the sleeves on this side because, like I said, there ain't a single one of these spark plug wires that are touching, but I am gonna put them on. I wanna start it and I wanna kind of let it idle for a second like we just did before and see if I hear that idle change again, if it starts missing again. I'm just really hoping this helps. My day must be going too good. What changed? Nothing. Nothing changed. Yeah, now the fuel pump ain't even coming on. Imagine you must have blew a fuse. I'll be back. Fuel. It's not getting fuel. Now the fuel system on this is actually really simple on the fuel pump side. It gets ignition power, it runs into my little fuse box, in which goes through a relay, and then it goes through a fuse, and then it comes out of that and it goes into the factory wiring, runs back to the fuel pump, and then it has a ground back there. And the switch side of the relay is ran by the ECU. So I put the probe right here on the wiring on this side, and you turn the ignition on and it gets power. I put the probe on the clip on the back where it plugs in to the harness. It has a little sub harness that runs into the housing for the fuel pump. So I unplugged it there and checked for power back there. It's getting power. Just the fuel pump is doing nothing and I can't hear a damn thing coming from it. I was thinking, you know what? Maybe it's out of fuel, right? I have a gas can sitting over here. Now I only had like 1.5 gallons of gas in it, so I put that in there and it's still doing the same thing. No start, and I can't hear it priming. I need to run to the gas station and I need to get more gas. Maybe it's just not enough to reach the fuel pump, maybe. But I'm telling you, I don't hear the fuel pump. Like, at all, bro. And I don't understand how it's like it has enough gas to start and then all of a sudden has absolutely no gas whatsoever to even like sputter. You know what I'm saying? To even like start for a second, sputter and die. Like it's just getting no fuel. Best case scenario, it's like I said, it's just out of gas. Worst case scenario, in order to really figure out what's going on, I'm gonna need to drop the fuel tank. You see, I should never talk about how my day is going good. I never should. It's now going on, it's now 10:30. Okay, Google, what's the temperature in Phoenix right now?
Current 106 degrees.
Okay, Google, what is the forecast for Phoenix today?
It'll be sunny with a high of 118 and a low of 91.
Bro, it's already 106 degrees out here and it's gonna get up to 118 over the course of the next couple of hours. I am not dropping the fuel tank right now. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not. It has been miserable out here. Like you come walking out of the house and it's just instantly like, why? It's like Satan is just spitting in your face, bro. Like, yeah. I'm gonna run to the gas station and go get some gas, and we'll hope for the best case scenario. Well, it should have plenty of gas to be sufficiently reaching the fuel pump now, so moment of truth. No. I hear nothing. Why? Bro, how can the fuel pump literally be working one moment and then just not working now? It's getting power. I also tested the ground. The ground is working, like it's getting a ground, it's getting power. I don't understand, bro. Ugh. It's a brand new fuel pump. I mean, is my luck really that bad? Then now the fuel pump just took a, like, no, I'm not even gonna say it. You guys already know my luck with fuel pumps. God damn. Where is the purge valve? There it is. All right. Watch your eyes. Yeah, no fuel pressure. Just a little dribble. Why do I have this luck, bro? At first, I thought that I like blew a fuse, in which honestly, I was kind of just like, really? Why? Why is it blowing the fuse? And then I checked the wiring, like I mentioned, at the fuse box, and it was getting power. So then I went all the way back there to that clip that actually goes to the fuel pump, and it's getting power. And I even sent power through the clip that's going directly to the pump with the power probe, and you hear nothing. You don't hear anything coming from the fuel pump. So whatever the problem is, it's not external of the freaking fuel tank, bro. It's internal. But I don't understand, bro. Like, I put that pump on there. I made sure the wiring, I put the pump on there. I made sure the wiring was crimped really well. The pump was brand new. What? I'm at a loss, bro. I am at a complete loss. I feel like every time I make a step forward on this damn thing, I get knocked freaking 10 steps back. This is why I don't ever finish anything. All right, so I got my test light, in which this is the wiring that runs to the fuel pump. I'm gonna hold my test light on the fuel pump wiring, and then I'm gonna take the power probe and I'm gonna put it in where this is supposed to be ignition power. So whenever I turn the ignition on, this gets power. So whenever I supply power to this, my test light should light up for a couple of seconds and then shut off. Hence the fuel pump priming. All right, fuel pump came on, it's supposed to prime, and then it shuts off. So our relay is working, our wiring right here is good. The ECU is telling it to prime and then shut off. So everything right here is good. All right, now this is the plug that goes directly to the fuel pump, and I'm gonna be using my test light back here. Find a ground, and my power wire is the gray one. All right, so the test light is into our power wire. Now I'm gonna go turn the ignition on, and we should see the same thing here. It should get power for a moment and then shut off. Yep, it's getting power and shutting off. So there it is, man. We have confirmation that everything outside of the fuel tank is working. So unfortunately, I wanted to take some steps forward in this video, but I mean, we got a couple of important things figured out. The charging system fixed the vacuum leak, and now we have to take some steps back. Pull the damn gas tank out, bro. I know I said I'm not gonna do it if that's what it's gonna come to, but it has to be done. It's just something that's gotta be done, bro. There ain't no sense in sitting around and bitching about it. it and expressing how much bullshit it is, because while it may be bullshit, it still absolutely has got to be done, and ain't nobody gonna do it but me. So at least on the bright side, there's a bright side. I've already had it out, so it's all clean. We cleaned it really well, so we don't have to worry about it being disgusting and full of spiders. I know how to take it out. I've already been down that road, and we made it a lot easier to remove the fuel lines with those AN lines over there on the side. They're a lot easier to access and a lot easier to get apart. So there's some bright sides to it, but apparently that brand spanking new fuel pump either has went bad, or I have an infestation of wire eating spiders underneath there. One or the other. I guess I have to say I hope it's a bad fuel pump. All right, that surprisingly took me 18 minutes to get this thing out. So that wasn't bad, but we're going straight to testing this bitch. So ground power. What the fuck? Bro, what is going on around here? Dude, what the fuck is going on? What's happening? Okay, so it just didn't work right now. I don't even know what to say right now, dude. I don't get it. I don't freaking get it. I do not understand. I really don't understand why this is working right now. Somebody explain to me why it is that it's working. For real, why is it working, dude? I am low-key upset that the fuel pump works. Screw that, I'm high-key freaking upset that the fuel pump freaking works right now, dude. Did I overlook something? I mean, you guys seen me, bro. I tested the power at both sides. I put gas, like, what? I'm at a loss for words right now. I'm at a complete loss for words right now. I'm going inside to cool off for a minute and decide whether I'm just gonna put that all back together and put it back in there. The blazer's picking on me, bro. It is full-blown picking on me right now. All right, so I went and looked it up, and I'm gonna order a new if I order a new fuel pump, they don't have any available for overnight or by tomorrow's shipping. The soonest I can get it is Saturday, and it's currently Thursday. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put this fuel pump back in there. I swear, I feel like I'm gonna be upset if it works or if it don't. Like, if it doesn't work, I'm gonna be like, son of a bitch. But if it does work, I'm still gonna be like, son of a bitch. You know what? I'm just gonna put it in there and I'm gonna get it up in the position and just hold the fuel tank up with the jack. How about that? So then if it does work, then I'll finish it, complete it. And if it doesn't work, then I only have half the work to take it back out. Bro, it's yeah, it's literally just working now. It's working now. I'm on the verge of having a heat stroke and it decided to work. I mean, it's good news, right? Of course it's good news. I mean, it's most certainly not anything to be upset over, you know, your fuel pump working. All right, I'm gonna finish putting the gas tank back in. This is not at all what this video was supposed to be. This is what it is, but it's not what it was supposed to be, you know? What could I say, man? There it is. Can I explain it? No, I can't explain it. I have no idea. Only thing I can think of is maybe the fuel pump was like partially seized for whatever reason. I mean, I looked at the sock on the fuel pump when I had it out, and it was just as clean as it was when I put it in. So, and I know 100% for certain that I got that gas tank like so freaking clean when I had it out. And then on top of that, even if there was like little chunks or debris or something inside of that gas tank, I know it could float, but at the same time, that's a fuel injection gas tank. So it has a plastic basket right in the center that the fuel pump actually sits in, so that the fuel doesn't leave the fuel pump, you know what I mean? So that sock always has fuel to suck up. I mean, unless the tank is completely empty. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna try to explain it. It's unexplainable. I mean, throw it in the comments down below, most certainly, what it is you think was going on. Honestly, guys, I'm out of time for today. I'm gonna pick back up this evening once it cools down a little bit, where I left off before the fuel pump fiasco. I need to get the temperature sensor and oil pressure sensor off of my old Iron Duke engine out back that was out of the S10 truck. And I'm gonna try to utilize those sensors with these conversions, little conversion fittings right here, to put on the LS engine so that they will communicate with our stock gauge cluster. That was my whole goal for today, which got shot to hell for, man. I mean, what can I say, bro? That's part of it. That's, you know, this kind of stuff that we deal with in this lovely passion of ours. You have good days, you have bad days. For whatever reason, I've been having a whole lot more bad days lately, and I think, honestly, I'm just gonna chalk it up to the weather, bro, because it's just been ridiculously ass hot. It makes you irritable. It makes you impatient, you know, and it also messes with your motivation. Yes, yeah, it makes you lack motivation, makes you irritable, and very much so, very impatient being out here inside of this damn weather, bro. What can I say? That's my excuse. Check it out, man. I like whenever I ask you guys to throw stuff in the comments. I actually like going through the comments, and I like it whenever there's more comments. So I'm gonna ask you guys today what state it is that you live in. I believe I've asked this before. I'm not sure, and also most certainly I want to see how many of you guys actually live in Arizona. Whenever it starts to cool off, I wouldn't mind to have a DBFam meet, you know what I'm saying? And I honestly don't know how many of the DBFam I have in AZ. I don't get out enough to know, you know what I mean? I know I got a whole lot of haters in Arizona, but always remember, man, you'll never find a hater that's doing better than you. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little bit of relatability, right? I'm sure we all go through this. Peace out, guys, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.